steeped in confusion and disbelief in the starting five. Oh, by the way, Klay Thompson out of the play-in tournament. Right now, Dallas is in 9th, but in the loss column, they're tied. And they are just 3 games out of 6. That's where you want to get to avoid the play-in tournament. Here's Draymond Green, the lob for Butler. And there was some contact with Christie.
You saw the designed action right out of the gate. Jimmy Butler setting a lot of ball screens for Steph Curry, trying to force switches.
And you got Curry on Klay Thompson. Splash Brothers for over a decade as Prosper gets the basket. And now playing against each other for the 3rd time. Split the previous 2 meetings. Both had big numbers in the first 2 times as opponents. Loose ball. Butler gets the offensive rebound off the healed miss. Hill to try it again. Misses again, but there's Post.
For Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors, Quentin Post has just been a revelation for them, giving them big minutes in the middle. And we see there the tip dunk, but he's been shooting the ball exceptionally well, can really spread the floor for a big.
Irving looking to drive, spins on Hill, and Irving knocks down the follow. And Curry in and out and then down. Falling off the rim, but for Steph, it drops.
Good identification by Draymond. He went to set a ball screen, but realized Steph Curry had a mismatch. So Draymond didn't want to muddle that up, got out of the way.
Curry has about just how much easier it feels to play offense with Butler out there of Steph, and also on the defensive end, the job that Butler does.
Yeah, Steph is putting up numbers right now in this scoring binge, 4 straight over 30, but he's taking a lot of shots to do it, 26 a night. Jimmy Butler should help get that number a little bit more reasonable.
Thompson's been playing well of late. Couldn't get it. Butler with a dunk as the Warriors. So far, Jimmy Butler, 3 games averaging about 23 points per game. He averaged 17 per game in 25 contests with the Heat. Thompson, 3% from deep over his last 9 games.
Yeah, he's really coming in a great rhythm, and you saw him right there. That's great lift off that downstream action. That is what's been missing a little bit from Klay these last couple of years, the ability to get off the ground on that shot specifically.
Post no good on the 3-point try. 7 for 11 from behind the arc the last 2 games. Irving gets downhill and gets the layup. Butler from Curry, can't finish, almost batted in and cleared by Prosper. Thompson off the bounce for 3, and it backs it.
Smile on Klay's face. Doesn't matter. If you're a shooter, you'll take that all day long. Particularly as hot as he's been, he got to keep that streak going.
At a season-high 7 threes against the Warriors in the last meeting. Curry catch and shoot, in and out. And numbers for Dallas with Thompson pulling up for 3. Offensive rebound, Prosper. Christie will let it fly. That's good. Out, Golden State.
Offense, and he said when he had a conversation with Steph, he said this is our last ride, so this is the end of their championship window, Dave.
And George, you bring up the point about belief. It's not just belief in winning tonight, it's belief in what you can do in the playoff. Terrific postseason resume.
Yeah, one of the things that Jimmy Butler has never probably gotten enough credit for is his IQ for the game, his instincts, and that's why you can blend him in to this type of offense. His instincts defensively are going to help as well, but you saw right there the cross-court pass out of the post. That great read leads to a 3.
Curry, good play there to knock it away from Prosper. Throws it down court. Butler fouled by Klay Thompson. First foul on Dallas. Mavericks leading it by 6. 5 minutes gone by in the opening quarter. Edwards, mid-range jump. 4th-year player out of Pepperdine. No Dante Exum tonight. He would have been starting, out with an Achilles injury. P.J. Washington, another starter, out with an ankle. Daniel Gafford, hurt 2 nights ago, knee injury. Expected to be out a couple weeks at least. Anthony Davis, as Green gets to the rim, an official statement on the length that Davis is expected to miss.
And that right there, that type of action is where you're really going to see the bigs missed for the Mavericks. You got 3 in this game. Draymond Green just goes right down the lane for an uncontested layup.
Yeah, we didn't even mention Derek Lively, who's out for a considerable amount of time. 13th straight game missed with a fractured ankle. And Dwight Powell, who's been out the last month with a hip injury. Prosper trying to track down the loose ball. Leaves it for Thompson. Fires a 3. Clay hit 2 earlier, but he's missed 2 in a row. Curry out in transition. Green may have gotten away with a push. Waiting for the official ruling. Jason Kidd has another challenge because he won his first one, but not going to use it there. He would not NBA All-Star celebrity game. And then you got the casserole right. Green knocks down both free throws. Golden State back within 4. Kevon Looney checking into the game for the Warriors along with Payton. And Payton picked up the foul. It's his first. First on the Warriors. Also checking in Moses Moody. Marshall into the game, but they don't have a ton of depth because of the injury. Spencer Dinwiddie also on the floor right now. Off the bench. Shot clock at 4. Prosper spinning on Looney. Goes to the left. And
Gate Reed wanted to go to the weak side of the floor, but there was an overplay, so he saw that Looney couldn't keep up with him. Off the dribble, got to it. Golden State really playing fast up the floor, makes or misses. They're getting into their offense very quickly.
That's Curry's first 3. 6 threes or more in 4 consecutive games for Steph Curry. He has the NBA record of 6 games in a row with 6+ made threes. Here's Irving, and he drilled. And then a turnover. Irving with the easy 2. 5 quick ones for Kyrie.
Curry's had an outlet pass deflected. They're reading that.
Nice look by Curry. Payton way up there for the stop. Second assist for Curry. Christie making his first start as a Maverick. Fouled by Curry. Christie, the 30-year pro out of Michigan State, will shoot 2.
Kyrie, the beneficiary along the baseline that you could throw it that high to.
Legs, we know obviously what Anthony Davis can do.
They believe that his potential over the next few years is really a very consistent shooter.
He's had 15 points in each of his 4 games as a Mav. Curry, nice pass to Podziemski. And the push shot from Podziemski is good. What's been interesting, there's a buzz in the arena just because the Warriors are here and they love their Mavericks, but we haven't heard any boos yet for anybody. We don't see any signs. There were several fans ejected the other night. This shot.
Getting some nights like that. But the Mavericks have come out of the gate playing very, very well. So crowd very much into it, supporting them. A lot of electricity.
Payton hitting a 3, just a 20% shooter from behind the arc.
Yeah, that's foul money for Steve Kerr. If you get that from Gary Payton, he does so many things to help you win. That is not his strength.
Oh, Irving, he's got 11 on 5 of 7 from the floor. Moody will try it. No good on the 3.
They certainly are going to be playing much bigger lineups than they have here in recent memory, and there are more teams sort of experimenting with 2 bigs at a time. Dallas will be able to give you that look when they get everybody back.
The floater by Dinwiddie is good against Houston. He had 26 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 blocks, but then he hurt his adductor, and Shams Charania says he could miss up to a month. Butler with a kick out. Podziemski looking to drive again. Goes to the right hand. Missed it. Looney there with the stick back.
Butler comes back into the game for Steph Curry, and this is what the Warriors haven't had. A focal point offensively now to run their offense through while Steph Curry's on the bench.
Christie leaning in. May have dragged that foot. He did. It's a traveling violation on Christie. Just outside 2 minutes to go in the open. It's a Warriors record, appearing in his 11th All-Star game. Kyrie Irving was just his current teammate, Anthony Davis, as an All-Star. It's Irving's 9th appearance. Jimmy Butler, been to 6 All-Star games previously. Podziemski tries to hit Santos, shot clock at 2. Butler with 1, long 2 on the way, not there. Ball batted around. Offensive foul called here. You mentioned the lack of playing time of late as he connects. Minute to go here. Dallas by 3 in the first quarter. Kyler Kelly is on the floor right now, playing his 6th ever game. And he's only out there because of his size. 7-footer. Marshall, another mid-range.
Marshall's found his offense as well. Over 15 a game over the last 5 after a really slow start shooting the basketball.
Moody challenged by Kelly behind the arc. Golden State 52% from the field. Shot clock at 3. Moody catch and shoot, fouled on the triple try. What a mistake by Hardy with a second to go, sending him to the line for 3. Around 72%.
Ball to hand to the official.
2 out of 3. And Hardy lost it off his foot. That ends the opening.
So we're trying to get him the ball as much as possible.
Kyrie Irving, 11 points in that first quarter. How do you try to limit his effectiveness?
I've been trying to figure that out. You can't throw the ball away in transition and hand them transition points. We have to be rock solid, and I didn't think we were solid in that first quarter.
Steve, good luck. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, guys, back to you.
Well, right on cue, George, with Thompson hitting his 3rd 3. There was a Maverick uniform. That is so yesterday's news when we're here tonight not seeing Luka Doncic hadn't played since Christmas, but still not even seeing him on the bench. Given what he had meant to this franchise in his first 7 seasons here and getting them to the finals last year before one of the most stunning trades in sports history just over a week ago.
You can't overstate the enormity of it. People here still shocked, dazed, trying to wrap their head around it. One of the most dominant offensive forces really that this league has seen, and he's 25 to the NBA Finals. Those types of talents, Dave, just do not become available in this league.
Who played very well in his first game as a Laker in limited duty. How do you ultimately think that's going to play out, him and LeBron James working together?
I think 2 of the top 3 overall offense creators in the NBA playing on the same team for a few weeks.
And he scored 8 straight points for Dallas, and he's got 14 right now against his former team.
Down shots. He's feeling good physically. He's in rhythm, and the Mavericks are finding him right now.
He's still number 2 in Warriors history in made threes, behind only obviously Curry, and he's number 6 all.
41% three-point shooter, Quentin Post. He has just given them something they desperately needed. A big that could stretch the floor. It makes teams guard them a lot differently, which creates space for Curry and now Butler.
3 off the mark. It's there. So 4 of 7 now from 3. Already 7 attempts and just over a quarter play. Here's Butler, his 3rd game as a member of the Warriors after being traded by Miami. Pajemski gets to the rim, but blows the leg towards it and looks to push. Clay attacking Draymond Green, missed the lefty lay-in, and then crashes into camera operator in the front row. So a 5-on-4, and Green, he misses a layup. Long pass down court. Thompson shovels it Edwards. Brandon Williams wide open. Drills a 3.
Screaming about using the backboard on finger rolls. Get that thing up on the glass. Pajemski and Draymond back to back over the front of the rim. Kick out, and you lead to a 3 going the other way.
Butler got great position deep. Missed it the first time. And gets it knocked away by Williams. Great defense by Brandon Williams. Not played a ton of minutes this year as Butler reaches in with Williams in the NBA out of Arizona. Not a ton of minutes played and getting an opportunity because of all the injuries, not just in the front court for Dallas, but in the back court as well. Williams over the outstretched arm of Post, and
he comes into the game and immediately gets going, looking for his offense.
2 threes made in 2 possessions, and another turnover by Golden State. They're missing layups and coughing the ball up. Williams, corner 3. It's an air ball.
You know, this is the smallest lineup Dallas can possibly put on the floor. See if Golden State can take advantage of getting the ball to Jimmy Butler somewhere in the post and letting him operate without a big on the floor.
Another giveaway, and Irving makes some Mavericks lead is up to 12, and they're cheering and applauding here in Dallas. We haven't seen that in a while.
Watching the Lakers game against the Utah Jazz, and he said, I'm still going to support him no matter where he is. Another fan telling me, frustrated that he's gone, but they are still Mavs fans. So to your point, Dave, you saw the cheering here. These people are still into this team.
No question. And the atmosphere Mavs will, after the All-Star break on Feb 25, and then George mentioned the game that everybody has circled here in Dallas is Williams meeting.
That's going to be something to see when Luka finally comes back here. One meeting before that as well.
Jump ball, good play defensively that time by Edwards.
Great hands, but Dallas around the rim right now. Golden State just missing out on opportunities, point blank.
And you're kind of watching Dallas now without him and the Lakers with him. What's the biggest thing that the Mavs are missing without Doncic?
In a Mavericks uniform, his ability to control the game with his size, his pace, his shooting, his playmaking, was really just so unique and gave you a chance every night against any defense that you saw. There was no matchup for Luka, no personnel, no game plan. Didn't matter. He could beat all of.
How do they eventually get over this, if they ever get over it?
I'm going to tell you, for some fans, I don't know that it would matter. I don't know that for some fans, trading off a championship over the next 3 to 4 years with what they did would mean have this guy that is a top 5 first team All-NBA player year in, year out. Look, it comes down to this. The Dallas Mavericks are banking on the fact that Luka Doncic.
Harrison in his 4th year as the general manager, or probably more specifically the owner, Patrick Dumont, that has not helped the situation here in Dallas as Curry has it knocked away and will stay with Golden State.
Look, all trades get judged in a variety of stages. First is the initial reaction, which we know how everybody's shocked about this one. Then there's the short-term reaction to see how each team plays early. Longer-term reaction over the action. Well after both of these guys are done, you'll be looking back on this trade. And I just think one thing the Mavs were short-sighted on, in my opinion, Luka's playoff performance.
Prosper missed the dunk challenged by Payton, but Doncic led them to the finals. They were a 50-win team. They were the 5 seed, and they went to the finals last year. Thrown out of bounds there by Santos. Steve Kerr thought there should have been a foul, and that's why it was turned over.
There's a wild sequence right there, and you see Steve Kerr upset, thinking that there was a grab that led guy to average almost 31 points a game in the playoffs. I mean, he felt like there were nights he carried them by himself to improbable victories during that stretch, and that is just a characteristic that is so hard to find. A pressure player like Luka Doncic, and we won't know how they're going to miss that till they get to the playoffs.
Curry off the mark on the threes, 1 for 5 from deep, 5 points so far in the game. Dallas by 11, 5 minutes to play in the half. Irving banks home the floater. Kyrie Irving with 15 points. Lee Thompson has 14, so 29 for those two. The Warriors as a team at 39. Payton the cutter with the slam. Looney
side cut on that exact action when the ball goes middle. Gary Payton saw a seam and took advantage of it.
Great finish, and the ability to finish around the rim there. Curry, underhand lob to Payton, who catches but can't finish. Another missed layup. That's at least 5 by the Warriors. Thompson splitting the double. Over the head pass to a corner 3 that's not there for Marshall. Shooting 55% from the floor and just under 50 from 3. Curry, reverse layup is good. And Christie again driving, has it rejected by Looney, out of bounds.
By Looney. That time Christie went hard middle, thought he had a spin back for an uncontested with the reach and perfect extension to get that block without fouling. Curry comes in, Curry comes back in for Butler, and then now they finish the half together.
Not happy with Jonathan Sterling, thought he was fouled when he deflected the ball out of bounds.
Draymond is into it right now. He's re-energized.
Christie beats the shots. Christie, 9 points in his first start as a Maverick, came off the bench in the previous 4 games. Oh, nice pass by Green.
Max Christie coming into this game had made 12 of his 19 threes since he got here, and that was really something that out there to defend. He started to get more comfortable with his confidence, but he is now really exploring his ability as a shooter and a spacer.
Irving unable to get that one to drop. Inside 3 minutes to go in the half. Tough pass to handle from Moody, but he had enough time to collect and set his feet, but he still misfired on the triple try, and it's Dallas ball. Dinwiddie spins deep on Hield, who reaches in and commits the foul. Second on Golden State. Free throws coming up for Dinwiddie. First personal. Oklahoma City running its winning streak to see. On Max Christie, did not get it away in time, so they took that bucket away. It's 55-45 Dallas, just outside 2 to play here in the half. Green cutting and laying it home.
His threat level, 2 defenders jump out. Draymond with an easy slip.
Butler against Irving. Irving goes away from the screen. Marshall now into the chest of Podziemski, goes up and gets the roll. Marshall 16 points per game his last 4. Butler got deep position. Well done though by Kyrie Irving to knock that ball out of bounds. Contact for the inbound pass. Again, Green on the cut. Hield in the corner, and that one hit the side of the backboard, but a lucky bounce.
Did not turn and find Podziemski and just get a little chip on him at the three-point line, so he doesn't have a free run to the rim to pick up that change.
Most of the scoring as Irving is fouled. In Warriors, and a 2-man show right now for the Mavs as that's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
28 times in the 2 games since he came to Golden State, and has not been able to get unlocked from there to this point.
Yeah, the Warriors as a team only have 6 attempts. Curry able to finish through a little contact on the bank, and then Podziemski gets the steal. Curry calling for it. Here's the skip. Steph with a blow by. The kick out to Green. Curry relocates, fires, can't drill it. Ball batted out. Butler saves. Curry again. That time he drills it. And the Warriors.
Yeah, you give that man the same shot in the same place without moving his feet. That's going to be the end result.
They were down 14 earlier in the quarter. Curry starting to heat up. He's got 12, 2 threes. Christie throws it out of bounds. And they're saying it was touched last by Golden State. I did not see that. It looked like it was clearly a turnover. Steve Kerr is going to challenge it here with 6 on the shot clock. So a chance for the Warriors to tie the game, maybe going to halftime.
It's a great spurt here over this last 3 minutes. Activity and getting second shots down here has helped.
13-3 run for the Warriors. 9 seconds to go. Curry drives, got it blocked. Loose ball, and Butler comes away with it. Green with 3 seconds left. Gets to the cup and lays it home. Prosper won't even try it. A 15-3 close. And George, this was the starting 5 in their win over Milwaukee on Monday. They're 2-0 since they got Jimmy Butler and since he's played. 8 points for Draymond Green in that first half. Klay Thompson with 14. How about Olivier Prosper, who's the tallest player on the floor at 6'8" for Dallas? He had 6 assists in that first half. Shot clock at 1, and it's going to be a foul on Curry before the buzzer, and that will be 3 personal fouls on Curry. They're going to go to the monitor here and see if the foul occurred before the shot clock violation. Meanwhile, Max Christie holding the back of his clock violation.
I thought his anticipation was really good.
The foul stands as called. Defensive foul, side out, Dallas.
Now Steve Kerr still has a challenge because he won his challenge in the first half, but he's going to save it.
Shot clock, and that's what they were reviewing, not whether there was a foul or not. Thought Curry timed that up pretty good. Not a lot of contact on that for him to draw his 3rd foul.
So 14 on the shot clock. That's what it resets to after the defensive foul. Butler against Kyrie Irving. Irving putting it on the deck and kisses it home. What a shot by Kyrie Irving at age 32 in year 14, just as nifty.
They're not going to meet a lot of resistance in that paint. Kyrie Irving knew that, shifted hands, was able to get it to go.
Second foul on Butler. Thought it was interesting. Jason, been all of the movement in the injuries, and Kidd said Kyrie's been great. He's been an encourager, been an excellent teammate, and has really had an impact. And here he is racing up the floor with his team up 4. Klay Thompson hit 4 threes in that first half against his former team. Kicks it out to Christie. Bounces it down low. Edwards, the easy 2.
As the backline defender, he'd much rather come up.
When cooler heads are prevailing and the cooler head is Draymond Green, you know Steve Kerr is pretty hot. Moody driving, hangs, and finishes off the window.
Hanging in the air. Kyrie Irving got over there nicely and got vertical. Moody had to get creative on that finish.
That's 9 for Moody, right at his season high, which is a season average, rather, which is a career high. Irving up top 3, spins out, rebound Moody. One more game for each team before the All-Star break. Mavs are home to Miami tomorrow. The Warriors will be in Houston tomorrow night. Each team at 26 losses, tied for 8th in the West in that department. Moody, wide open corner shot, short on the 3. Christie with the rebound. Warriors have won 2 in a row at Chicago, at Milwaukee. The last time they won 3 straight games, November 10th to November 15th. Remember, they started 12-3, but they're 15-23 since. One of the worst records in the NBA during that span. A forced turnover, lob Curry, and too tall for Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, Steph with the good hands on Klay for this.
Turnover number 8 on Golden State. And a foul 25 feet away from the goal by Buddy Hield. 2 on him, 3 on the Warriors.
Kyrie shaking his head a little bit at Buddy Hield.
Prosper. Bodies hit the floor. Could have easily called an offensive foul on Prosper, knocking Green to the ground. Gets the basket. Dallas by 7, 65-58. Butler kept the pivot foot down as he dislodged Irving. Hield puts it on the deck, goes to the left, flips it up. No, ball batted around Moody. Cleans it up for 2. Christie on the other end to Thompson. Catch and shoot. Good. Klay Thompson, 5th 3 of the game.
It's one of those situations. You're in the area, but when Klay Thompson is feeling it the way that he is, it doesn't matter. You've got to prevent him from catching it in the first place.
Over the last 10 games, Klay Thompson nearly shooting 50% from 3. Got off to a little bit of a slow start with his new team, but he's found a rhythm here the last few. Dave Pasch, Tim Legler, George Sedano here in Big D. This is the 6th game for the Mavericks since their trade of Luka Doncic, essentially for Anthony Davis and Max Christie, who has it blocked by Green, and also Jimmy Butler's trade by Miami to the Warriors. Butler gets the rebound off the miss by Thompson. That's his 5th, 4th. He has 6 assists and 8 points in his 3rd game as a Warrior. The Mavs are without Anthony Davis in this game. His conductor injury suffered Saturday.
Such a smart play by Draymond. Gets it in the post. Everybody expects him to be a passer out of the post, so instead goes to the quick spin and the easy layup.
Irving, a game-high 19 points, puts it up and nails Irving. Irving's obviously got a great. He's also one of the all-time great shooters. When you consider there's only 8 guys who've gone 50, 40, 90, 50% from the floor, 40 from 3, 90 from the line. Kyrie's one of them, and he's flirting with it just about every year as he drills another one right on cue with the marksmanship, and the lead is back to 12.
Kyrie Irving starts feeling it like that. He is going to run for the next one. He had no doubt in his mind coming off that handoff that he's going to pull another one. The trifecta.
Kyrie Irving taking over the game here in the 3rd. Mavs fans haven't had much to cheer about the last few games. 3 threes in 41 seconds for Kyrie Irving. Butler on the stick.
They're still going to have an elite.
Irving again from 30 feet. And missed that time.
When you finally get AD back, but right now Kyrie is doing it all by himself.
Irving drives and kicks. Marshall waited for it. Hit the side of the rim. Irving going to get a much-deserved breather.
It's ability he's shouldering right now.
He's got 28 points. Curry's got 12, has not scored yet in the second half, and we're at the midway point of the third from the elbow. And Curry, there's some contact. San Francisco, the celebrity game at ESPN. And the ESPN app got Barry Bonds and Jerry Rice as the head coaches. It'll take place at Oakland Arena starting at 7 Eastern Time, 4 Pacific. Buddy Hield of the Warriors will take part in the three-point contest. Several players from Golden State will be involved in the Rising Stars game. Christie over Curry, no good. Quick outlet to Curry in transition. Christie knows he wants to pull up for three, so he met him out there at the stripe. Pajemski missed the layup. See how Dallas will survive without Irving, knowing he needs rest. Behind the back, Thompson to Marshall. Back to Clay. Step back three. Thompson, no good. Batted out to Steph.
Well, right now, without Kyrie in the game, clearly no AD to go to. It is going to be Klay Thompson's motion and movement that they're going to try to utilize to start their offense.
Curry against Thompson. Play right there, and Curry throws it away. Curry Hield on where he cut. Mavericks are down 50 points per game. That's the total of the guys that are out. Yet they've scored 77. They're up 13. Prosper's had an excellent night, basically the starting center for the Mavericks, and most of it's been as a distributor with 6 assists. He also has 6 points. Wild shot by Mark. Curry on the other end. Hands it off for Payton. That's 2 threes.
7 minutes a game in the last 5. He has had his minutes cut a little bit, contributing for the three-point line in this one. Uncharacteristic.
He's got 9. Looney lobs for Payton, and easy two.
They've got to get this basketball corralled. If you're going to go small, got to keep the ball out of the lane. Now they put Looney on the floor, but there's still more dribble penetration breaking down their defense.
Empty possession by Dallas. Euro step Pajemski. He scores. Back to a 10-point game. Extended it to 15. Warriors now getting back to 10. And a timeout to get Kyrie Irving back on the floor. 3:27 to go here in the third.
The organization. Now, the fans were not ejected, okay, so they were allowed to stay. The signs were taken away, and then there was one particular gentleman who had a T-shirt on with some explicit language directed towards the organization. Hall and the return for Luka, that's another part of the frustration that they have around here is just getting, not only just Anthony Davis, one thing, he's a good player, but the one first-round pick, they felt like for a generational player, they should have gotten more, right?
It will enough for Luka, but certainly without exploring options around the league, you wouldn't have known exactly what the top bidder was going to give you.
Curry with the layup, his first points of the third. Anthony Davis is good for the playoffs and hopefully back before then. Is this Mavs team better? Are they more dangerous? Because last year, they were pretty good in the playoffs. They made it to the...
So for me to take that leap and looking at the landscape in the Western Conference, I'm not going to go there. They will be. Look at the East and what Cleveland does on a nightly basis with 2 bigs. He thinks more and more teams are going to start going to 2 bigs, so the better. But when you take a guy that's that good in the postseason off your roster, it's hard for me to take that leap.
Curry for 3 in and out. He did that earlier in the game, and it one stayed out. He's 6 of 16, 2 of 8 from 3. Irving, no. Hit the court. Irving a little slow to get up, but he's okay. Still 5 on 4. Moody electing not to take the shot. That allowed Irving to get back defensively on Pajemski. 2-minute mark here in the third. Back to an 8-point game. And Curry gets fouled by Marshall. That's just the second team's first time in 25 years the Bay Area hosts the All-Star game. Looney at the high post takes the shot off target. And Irving with
Golden State. They've weathered the storm that Kyrie Irving gave them. Najee Marshall right there.
Catch and shoot, Moody, and he swishes it through for three. Now, double figures in 12 of his last 14 games. He'll take part in the skills challenge of the All-Star game. Fourth-year pro out of Arkansas. Here's Irving moving to his left. Skip to the corner. Good look. Marshall can't knock it down. Curry on the bench right now here in the final minute of the third. Going to Butler. Butler baseline drive. And the shot way off. Offensive rebound, Santos. Moody again. That one no good. Pajemski there. He's an excellent rebounder. They're going to wave it off, though. Still a foul on Dallas. Only the first in the last 2 minutes. While ankle injury, Dwight Powell is still not available. Their whole front court basically decimated by injuries. Thompson turns and fires. The three not there. And here's Butler up the court. Picked up by Irving. Pajemski on the step back. The rainbow is not there. Edwards with the offensive rebound. Here's Brandon Williams. Gave Dallas good minutes in the first half. He got it blocked there by Moody, though. He had 2 blocks, Williams did, and 8 points. And just a short spurt at the end of the half.
That's tremendous defense by Moody because Williams hit him with a...
Butler on the drive. Moody from the corner. Can't splash it through. The stick back, no. Looney the second time, no. And a foul called on that second attempt by Looney that didn't go in. So he'll be at the free throw line.
Oh, you see the direct.
As we just showed you. Devon Looney at the line. After Edwards picked up the foul.
Here, I think Steve Kerr, all things considered, is going to be feeling okay because that third quarter barrage that Kyrie hit him with should be up a lot more right now.
5-point game after.
We need him to go big again in the fourth quarter, but his leadership, he's keeping guys positive, he's telling them to attack, and again, he had a big first 3 quarters. We need him to have a big fourth.
Steph having a rare inefficient night. How have you been able to kind of corral him?
Well, that's tough. We got a fourth quarter still to be played, so again, we got to keep him off the 3-point line and make him drive, and hopefully he misses a couple more shots.
But George, Jay Kidd just said they needed another brilliant fourth quarter from Kyrie Irving. Off to a good start with that scoop and finish. He's got 30. Butler gets deep. And will go to the foul line. The Four Nations face-off continues tomorrow at 7. We talked about Butler's ability to get to the foul line. That's something Steve Kerr talked about.
Defense, it also gives more opportunity to rest defensively for guys like Steph Curry to keep him fresher. So it's a big part of what Jimmy Butler brings to this team.
Irving thought Butler just committed a goaltending violation. Green in the short corner, back it down, try to shovel it to Heath.
Incredibly hot start. He's had 1 20-point game the rest of the season.
Green's lob knocked away by Thompson, and you got to think they need Hield's shooting. Golden State this year is not a great 3-point shooting team. That's what Buddy Hield is there for. Williams with the step through, draws the foul on Draymond Green. That's the first on the Warriors in the quarter, and the first on Green. And so Williams
again takes the pressure off of the other side of the floor where Steph Curry and potentially Jimmy Butler are operating double teams in the paint, particularly those nights when he's getting to the line. So Buddy Hield, so critical for this team, really has not.
Shooting team, the Warriors. That's the second worst of the Steve Kerr era as Williams pokes it away. They're going to say a kicked ball. Jason Goebel, the official, has to tell him to go back to the bench. We saw Steve Kerr get teed up earlier in the game. Now Draymond Green is in there also.
They're having the
violation, but there was 17 on the shot clock. Christie gets to the line. Time left here. Let's get an explanation from George on what actually happened, because we were confused as well as Steve Kerr as Curry misses a 3. George?
Dave Legs. I spoke to Jason Goebel and James Williams at the break and asked them what transpired there. They said no 8-second violation, that there was an inadvertent whistle, and that's why they had to huddle up. So none of that play mattered in regards to the kickball, hence why Golden State got the ball, but it was because of an inadvertent whistle, not because of the kickball or an 8-second violation.
And the lead is now 11.
Still doesn't explain the fact that the ball was kicked before he deflected it with his hands. So unfortunate for Golden State, they give him a layup after all the confusion.
And Brandon Williams has 12 points off the bench in 12 minutes. Another missed layup by the Warriors. Draymond Green unable to score. Here's Klay Thompson, 17 points, 5 3-pointers. Kyrie with 30 points. Second straight game with 30. Loses the ball inside, taken away by Green.
That's just strength right there. Draymond Green ripping that ball away from Kyrie Irving after he took it a little bit too deep with the penetration.
Hill driving. Another missed layup. Butler with the putback. Here's Christie, who is part of the Luka trade, driving on Curry. Irving, wide open, lets it fly, and it's good.
Kyrie making him pay, but that is all caused again by getting beat off the dribble into the lane and causing rotation.
Excellent Payton for the easy stuff.
Again, now we're seeing both teams without a end. Very little help behind you if you get beat off the dribble. Golden State's got to execute these switches the way that they just did on the first one.
Going to double Irving. Finds Thompson. Long three. Not there. Curry rebounds. Curry rebounds. Golden State trying to cut it to single figures again as Butler is fouled by Klay Thompson. Second team foul.
That last possession defensively for Golden State, rather than wait for the penetration to come to them, Draymond Green just sprinted.
Dynamic. How do you think that will ultimately play out as Curry misses another three? He is 2 for 10.
Well, I think ultimately where those two guys are going to be in sync is they're great communicators defensively, great versatility, and great anticipation.
Christie with the blow by. Hangs. Can't finish. It fell off the net, and then Prosper poked
up the floor. If you don't have guys basically extended finger.
Over 100 mil he was looking for from Miami. He's got 7 points here in the quarter, and the Warriors are back within 7 with 7:15 to play. Irving on the step back, hits another one. Kyrie Irving, 36 points.
Just too good. Moses Moody, or Buddy Hield rather, played that well.
What a pass by Curry to Butler. Will go back to the line. Variety for the handle, but an all-time great shooter. Again, when you look at that 50-40-90 club, another guy like that, Steve Nash. Steve Nash.
He's great. The mid-range off the dribble, tremendous finisher we've talked about. Just 7 for 25 on threes in his last 4 games coming in, but he got it going in this one.
Meanwhile, Jimmy Butler with 2 more free throws, up to 19 points now. Christie stumbles, and he got knocked down. It's a foul on Moody. 2 on the Warriors here in the quarter, 2 on Moody for the game.
If somehow, some way, despite the fact that Golden State really has not corralled Kyrie.
Irving on the catch. With Curry right there. Irving with a gorgeous step through, but he couldn't finish at the rim. Curry on the move. Just 14 points on the game. And stripped by Irving. Steph gets it back, fumbles it away. 3 on 2. Marshall out to Christie. Midway through the 4th quarter. Christie, contact, and no whistle. Fast 15 points for Christie in his first start as a Mav. Butler loses it as he's trying to drive and turns it over. Back-to-back giveaways by Golden State. DeMarcus Ware. Prosper missed it at the rim, and it's rebounded by Curry. Looking to push. Golden State down 10 midway through the 4th. Warriors have more turnovers than field goals here in the quarter. Green penetrating baseline. Count the basket and one. A 3-point opportunity for Green, who's got 12 points on the night. Foul on
Slide, recover, and get there and position yourself properly, sliding the entire time. 3-point play.
points at the stripe here in the fourth quarter, and again in the penalty for the rest of the game. Irving, 36 points to pace all scores. Out of the double team, his pass knocked away. Irving, 36 points to pace all scores. Out of the double team, his pass knocked away by Pajemski. Green, pushing tempo, middle of the floor, and knocked out of bounds. Two teams. It's a week from three for Dallas, despite being incredibly short-handed against a Warrior team that looked very different with Jimmy Butler on the floor.